This neighborhood right here was a working man's neighborhood. You know, 2, 3 bedroom, single story homes on a slab homes. Dad bought it for $30,000 back when I was young. Back then, I guess 30,000 was a lot compared to what it is nowadays. One of my old friends used to live right there, just a few houses down. Ain't much left to the house now, you know. House after house, you know, just people. That was my mom's friend's house. Ain't much left to it. It's just sad, man. It's sad. 18 years old, man. I rolled out. I was done.
Yeah.
I didn't look back. This is what's left of it, man. There ain't much here. I mean, used to be a little house there. Me and my 2 little brothers, my mom and dad, this is what we had. This is where we were raised. This yard right here, I didn't come out of this yard until, not without permission, until I was like 12 years old before I got to go up to the main road. Mom kind of sheltered me back then. She kept her eye on me. I had to tell her where I was going, sign to sign. When I got to ride my bike, stayed on this street. A lot of good memories here, a lot of bad memories here, you know. A lot of things that I did that I shouldn't have did, you know, being a kid from here. It all started right here. My dad worked 3 jobs, took care of us, me and my brothers. Naturally, I took my brothers by the hand. I was the oldest brother of us all, so, you know, they kind of followed me. Did I take them down the wrong path? I sure did. I ran these streets. I ran them with a bunch of guys. My little brothers, they followed me. And they didn't follow me down the right path. You know, I was doing drugs. I was running up and down these streets doing things I shouldn't have been doing. He followed me. Eventually, he ended up incarcerated. And unfortunately, he committed suicide. Yep, this is it. Here she is. About 30 years ago, I left this place. 30 years ago, I left this place. Didn't look back. Not one bit. Started working. I got my driver's license and I was out. Quitting school, it was kind of a big letdown to my mom, my dad. You know, of course, she wanted to see me, you know, get through it. But me, for some reason, I just, I didn't want to. I had little challenges along the way, but I just didn't want to. I was lazy back then. Let's put it like that. I was lazy, period. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to do my homework. I didn't want to do all the things the little teacher wanted me to do. You know, I figured, why do this when I could go over here and do that and make some money? And so that's what I did. I dropped out of high school. I was working at a tire company. And all the guys in the neighborhood, all the little clique in the neighborhood I was running with, there was one guy that ran around with a, you know, he had a conversion van. And he'd come by and he'd pick them up. And they were out there selling candy, and it was to keep kids off the streets and away from drugs and out of gangs and things like that. A few weeks went by, I was watching my buddies make money. It was cash money, they was putting it in their pocket. I'm like, hey man, how can I get in on this? Before you know it, I'm in that van. And we're traveling around city to city, state to state, and we're selling candy. We're selling them for $5 a box to keep kids off the keep them off drugs, keep them off the streets and out of gangs. It was just, and that was beating doors down. All we do is we'd go up and we'd knock on the door and we'd say, hey, look, we're out here trying to sell candy to keep the kids off of drugs and keep them out of gangs and things of that nature, keep them off the streets. And honestly, it did. It kept us off the streets. It taught us to be, you know, not scared to just talk to people. This is where I found God when I was a young boy. Was maybe 12 years old, first time that I accepted Christ as my Savior. One of my buddies from school, his mom used to drive the church bus. She picked us up, brought us here. Before you know it, I'm on my hands and knees in this place. Walked through them doors on my hands and knees, and I was giving my life to God. Ultimately, this is where I met him. This is where I first accepted him. And to this day now, later in life, he's with me everywhere I go. He's watching over us. Everybody for years have asked me, what does OLI stand for? Overcoming, leading others, and inspiring. You know, I've overcame a lot in my life. Raise your hand if you had to overcome a challenge, because I guarantee you I have, and I know everybody here has. Inspiring others to do the right thing, to do the wrong thing. You know, people bring you up in the world, people bring you down. I like to be that guy that likes to bring people up and lead them in the right direction. You know, to better their lives, because the better their lives are, especially if you work for me, if your life's better, it's going to better everybody. Everybody's going to be better if we better each other and we lead each other down the right path. Our time here, it's short. It's short. Life's short. And the older we get, the shorter it is. The closer we are to the end, you know. I never even met my real father, my biological father. I had a great dad, the best dad you could ever ask for. And he worked 3 jobs just to take care of me and my brothers and my mama. Later in life, I said, Dad, just come work for me. Drive a truck. And if you need time off or you want to go do something, I'll help you and you can have it off. Even though when he got here, he didn't take time off. He was there for me. He supported me. He was happy. He made friends here at OLI. You know, I can say that my mom and my dad were very proud of what I became and who I became, the person I became later in life. Ultimately, when I'm gone, I don't want to watch this thing everything I've worked for all my life just fail. You know, just disappear, get sold out. You know, I want people to remember, you know, helping, overcoming those obstacles, leading others, inspiring others. I want them to be, you know, to say, hey, Allan helped me. When I'm gone, I want people to remember what I did for them or what I did for somebody else or how I helped somebody or helped them achieve their goals or to get somewhere in life. You know, and that's just what I do daily. Someday when I leave here, I'm going to heaven, man, and I'm going to show them the way too, you know, because otherwise what purpose is my life? I wouldn't change anything. People ask me all the time, would you ever change anything? And the answer is no. You know, there was some bad things I did that I probably shouldn't have did, and I probably wouldn't do if I had to do it again, but changing anything in my life? No, it's what created me. It's what made me who I am today.